Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and thank you for tuning in. At this point, some of you might be aware of Laurel Hubbard, the transgender weightlifter from New Zealand, who recently won 2 silver medals at the World Championships competing in the women's 90 kilogram and over division. Yes, a dude who thinks he's a chick competing and winning against biological women. And apparently, the only reason Laurel didn't earn gold was because he failed to lift the bar completely above his head during a 127 kilogram snatch attempt. Thus, Laurel lost the gold to Sarah Robles, who had successfully performed a 126 kilogram snatch prior to Laurel's failed attempt, leaving Laurel with silver for having only put up a 124 kilogram snatch successfully. Nonetheless, Laurel has qualified for the Commonwealth Games being held this coming April. Now, a little background info is necessary to understand how the fuck this was even allowed to happen in the first place. According to Commonwealth Games, International Federation, and New Zealand Olympic Committee policies, Laurel Hubbard simply had to demonstrate that he possessed testosterone levels that fell within specific guidelines for at least 12 months prior to and during the competition. In other words, testosterone levels below 10 nanomoles per liter, which translates to testosterone levels below 288.42 nanograms per deciliter for those who prefer that unit of measurement. For a little perspective, the healthy testosterone range for men is between 270 to 1070 nanograms per deciliter, and for healthy women, it is between 15 and 70 nanograms per deciliter. Thus, by the official rules that Hubbard had to comply with, you could still possess testosterone levels technically within the healthy fucking range for men and legally compete against women. To put that another way, by the official rules, you can still possess testosterone levels over 4 times higher than the highest healthy levels found naturally in women, and compete legally against women. Technically, all of BuzzFeed's Try Guys, with the exception of Eugene, could legally compete against biological women under those official rules, so long as they identified as chicks. Let that sink in. Now, of course, many, if not all of those biological female athletes are no doubt geared up on hormones themselves. But if you watch this entire video, you will understand why that won't ultimately matter against a well-trained biological man. According to a paper from 2016, maximum changes from estrogen replacement therapy may take up to 18 to 24 months to occur. That's 1.5 to 2 times longer than the 12-month guidelines set forth by the Commonwealth Games, International Federation, and the New Zealand Olympic Committee. But what's the medical definition of maximum anyway? Are we talking topping off at 90% female? Or just 40% or 60%? What exactly are we talking here? Because as I'm about to demonstrate with research, some important physical attributes do not appear to really change at all despite the hormone therapy. Not to mention, those who were born men would have already enjoyed a greater potential for muscle mass and bone density for years leading up to their transition. As such, they'd also have enjoyed years of greater endurance and strength than actual born females. And years are precisely what Laurel had. Laurel already had a competitive history in weightlifting under his birth name Gavin Hubbard. He had set junior records back in 1998 with a 135 kilogram snatch and a 170 kilogram clean and jerk. In fact, Laurel's 1998 clean and jerk junior record was only broken in 2016 by fellow New Zealander David Leety. How can anyone honestly think that there wouldn't be any performance carryover from his years spent competing as a man? According to a 2017 meta-analysis, which examined 13 studies and a total of 639 transgender individuals, male to female transgenders still gained bone mass despite taking estrogen, but this was not the case for female to male transgenders despite taking testosterone. Clearly this is more complex than just hormones, so why the fuck are these official organizations basing their requirements exclusively on hormones? 2017 research demonstrates that a higher bone mass is associated with greater grip strength and physical performance, and even sidestepping and long jumping to a lesser degree. And obviously, longer and larger bones will provide a mechanical advantage such as greater leverage. Not to mention that more bone equals more of a frame by which to support more muscle tissue. Let's also not forget that biological men naturally have 12% more hemoglobin than women on average. Combine that with naturally larger body size, and biological male athletes will obviously possess a higher oxygen carrying capacity than women, thus greater cardiovascular fitness. Furthermore, in male to female transgenders, even after 6 months of estrogen replacement therapy, there isn't any significant reduction in total body weight or BMI, and height is totally unaffected. Thus, even after 6 months, the average male to female transgender is the same height and about the same weight that they were prior to starting estrogen replacement therapy. So basically, the same fucking size all around. Now, granted, without a before-after body fat analysis of the study participants, we cannot be sure whether they simply lost muscle and replaced it evenly with a comparable weight in fat, but in any case, there still wasn't any drastic shift in overall weight. Going by the current body of data, it is absurd for Laurel Hubbard to claim that I don't believe there is any fundamental difference between me and the other athletes. And to suggest there is slightly demeaning to them. Who cares what you believe, Laurel? The science disagrees with you. You are fundamentally different and at a clear fucking advantage. If someone finds truth to be demeaning, as you put it, then sorry but not sorry. And hormones clearly are not the only factor to consider in this matter. And your competitors and their coaches even recognize your clear advantage, which you seem blind to. One competitor even went down a weight class to avoid competing against you. At this point, I'm just going to share this photo of Laurel standing with some of his female competitors for you to digest. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please also give this video a like and share to help it find an audience. Or if you're triggered by it, give it a dislike. YouTube doesn't appear to care, and nor do I. All interaction enhances a video's visibility. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and hit that bell button to ensure that you are notified of my weekly updates, including when I go live. And finally, don't forget to check out the description to access my products and services, as well as access to the newly established reward system through my Patreon. With that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.